practice of media is not restricted to any particular channel or platform. Indeed, in accordance with the dictates of the Constitution, and I think we've been at pains to try and explain this over and over again, you can practice media freely. Nobody has a problem with you. It is only when you want to use electronic spectrum and frequency that you apply to NCA for spectrum or, in some specific instance, frequency. So you have internet service providers who use that same frequency. You have other organizations like the airlines, etc., who also use spectrum and frequency. Anybody who's using spectrum or frequency must go to the NCA for the NCA to give you a particular band to be on and must renew your authorization to stay on that one. If you do not do that, and the NCA says that for that reason, or now the tribunal says that you have relinquished your frequency or your spectrum, that is not about press freedom. And I think that you all have to help us to explain things to various stakeholders properly. That is not about press freedom. There are many media houses that are operating and not using spectrum or frequency. In this instance, I think the point is that these specific spectrum users, and indeed it's my understanding that there are other spectrum users who are not even radio stations, who in times past have had their own challenges with the spectrum or the frequency that they are using, and the NCA has to take action on them in their own space. So this is not about press freedom. This is about spectrum and frequency. And I think it's important that you, who are the enlightened ones, can help us to situate the issues and then have a discussion properly on the, perhaps the law and what the tribunal says and how we can all tidy this up.